Welcome everyone to the Taylor School District regularly scheduled board meeting of August 7th, 2024, where our mission statement is to educate, engage, and empower those we serve. And our vision statement is that we will be the innovative destination district where all succeed. This meeting is called to order at 6:01 p.m. Mr. Heath.
Here.
Mr. Thomas.
Here.
Mrs. Thomas. Here. Mrs. Schufelt. Here. Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Black is here. Okay, will everybody please stand and face the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we will start with good news today. And that's about Eureka Dale Elementary, which hasn't had a lot of good news in the recent past. But we have some pictures. And Eureka Dale is a memory, guys. I get to see that every Monday and Thursday. There's a farmhouse that sits what would have been the front, farmhouses in the back. We deliver meals on wheels to that home. Anyway, we've gotten to watch the progress through the months, and Eureka Dale has a lot of good memories for a lot of folks because it was there for many, many years. And that gentleman that we deliver to went to elementary school at Eureka Dale. So for him, this was a bittersweet moment. But for us, we say goodbye to one era and we will welcome in the next one. But those were pictures from this morning that our superintendent took for this. And did anybody out there go to Eureka Dale? Did you? Well, all your memories are still there, but our biohazardous waste inside is gone. So thank you, Eureka Dale, and all of the staff and students and faculty that went there, and thanks for the memories.
Let you know that that's the Eureka Dale 2. Eureka Dale 1 was maybe that farmhouse. I think it was a way that the family had donated.
Well, no, they still live in the original house.
But I'm just saying, this is like the second Eureka Dale.
Okay. Bye-bye, Eureka Dale. All right. Mr. Wright is not here today, so next thing on the agenda is approval. Are there any revisions to the agenda? Hearing none, I'll take a motion for approval of the agenda.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Heath. Is there a second?
Second.
Who was first?
Stephanie.
Stephanie. Mrs. Schufelt. Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Schufelt.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is not here. Ms. Black is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Okay, that is 5-0. Okay, our scheduled reports. Stronger Connections Grant, Stacy Vespremi, Director of State and Federal Programs.
Good evening. On behalf of the Taylor's, is this on? Yes. Taylor School District and the state and federal programs, I want to present to you our Stronger Connections grant that I applied for probably back in March. It was a bit of a challenge. If you're not aware, we have to share our grant money with any schools within our district that are private. So when we absorbed Inkster schools, one of those is in our catchment. And so there was a lot of miscommunication with them, meetings that they missed, and it resulted in me driving out to Inkster and knocking on their door to try to get their commitment. So going through those few hurdles, we were awarded this grant just recently, and I wanted to share what we're going to use that the award on. I'm not gonna do that. There we go. So the Stronger Connections Grant is part of Title IV grant. We do receive Title IV money every year. It's about enriching the student activities in our schools, supporting STEM, mental health, PE, those types of activities that aren't supported in our core curriculum. So this was signed by President Biden on June 25th, 2022. It's a competitive grant, meaning we have to apply for it and they split the pot up depending on our answers to the grant application and how many districts apply in the state of Michigan. And you can see that the state of Michigan was awarded over $26 million. And our part of that was just about over $200,000. Technology at its finest. Go ahead and there we go. So first thing that we're spending it on is Hope Squad. Hope Squad is a program that Ms. Graham and some of her resilience coaches learned about at a conference. It is a program for peer mentoring that increases social emotional programs supporting self-worth, optimism, and hope. We're hoping to bring that to 3 elementary schools this year, possibly expanding it out, the middle schools, high school, and TVLA. PBIS support. We've already been a PBIS district for many years. Part of that is a grant initiative through RESA. The amount of money that we get from them and the things that we have to do in compliance with them really doesn't make the amount of money that we get worth it. So we wanted to increase our own pot so we have some flexibility in how we spend that. So our incentives and rewards to support our PBIS initiatives, positive behavior interventions and supports, are $2,000 per elementary, $3,000 per middle school, $4,000 for the high school, and $2,000 for the Career Center and TVLA. And there's also stipends to support data review and activity planning. So typically teachers would stay after school, look at incidents of behavior and figure out a plan on how to address those and then reward the students based on the outcomes. The next thing that we're using the money on, and this is something near and dear to my heart, is physical education equipment that's equitable and inclusive. So adaptive PE equipment. So for our students with special needs, some special types of equipment that suits their abilities. So working with our TCs here and our PE department, finding $4,000 per elementary school of equipment, $6,000 per middle school, and $10,000 for the high school. And then also more gender inclusive equipment. Oftentimes when we walk into weight rooms, they're stocked with football type things. Sorry, Mr. Simon, but football, 45-pound bars, heavier weights, heavier kettlebells and things like that. So we're looking to include either females or even boys that need a little bit help along the way in their weightlifting journey. So $5,000 per middle school and $15,000 for the high school. And then I think this is probably finally marching band. So we know that marching band is important to both the physical and mental health of our students. A lot of students show up just for those opportunities. So we're looking to give the marching band within certain guidelines, $25,000 to support their program with musical equipment. And finally, some professional development for our staff to, again, support the emotional and mental well-being of our students. We already have several of our staff trained in Ruling Our Experiences. It's a program that supports girls in their own initiatives for mental health and wellness. So expanding that out to our resilience coaches. CPI Institute Nonviolent Prevention is ways to address students in nonviolent methods and calming them down and assessing a situation. Comprehensive school threat assessment training. Again, it's taking into account any threats that we have against the school and making an assessment on them based on a rubric. And finally, QPR training, question, persuade, refer, and that's to prevent suicide. And that's all I have for those. So if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them. So I'll be working with the schools to get these funded and start getting some things for our schools. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Our next thing New board member selection, discussion, action. The appointment of the board member to the vacant seat. Are there any nominations?
I nominate Corey Morris.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Second. Was that Mrs. Thomas?
Yes.
Okay, there has been a motion and a second for Corey Morris. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Not the floor. Are there any nominations? Are there any other nominations? Okay, hearing none, we will close the nominations. The board recommends to approve and appoint Mr. Corey Morris to fill the vacant board position, which is a partial term ending December 31st, 2026. This vacancy has now been filled, and Mr. Morris will take his seat at the next board meeting. Motion was made by Mr. Heath, seconded by Mrs. Thomas. Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is not here. Ms. Black is a yes. Mr. Heath,
Yes.
Mrs. Shufel,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Okay, that motion passes 5-0. We'd like to thank both of our interviewees and all three other people that did put in for the position. Mr. Morris is not here in person today because he was exposed to COVID, but is he online?
Yeah, he was.
Hi, I have the camera locked, I guess, but thank you for the nomination and I look forward to working with all of you.
Okay, you will be sworn in ceremonially at the next board meeting, which is August 21st. Okay,
Sounds great, thank you.
if you could, I'll get a hold of you. Oh, I never turned my camera on. I'll get a hold of you prior to that, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you again.
All right. Next is discussion items. Number 1, out-of-state field trip request. Is Mr. Pitts in the audience? Or is it going to be Mr. Simon?
All right, so our football program in the past has always done team bonding, team unity type thing. Some go to camp, stay to camp over 2 or 3 nights. More recently, it's just been like an all-day excursion. So they went to Cedar Point the past couple years, and it's actually been a good little turnout, good little fun trip. It's all one day. It's there in the morning, come back in the evening. All the kids, it's free for the kids. The money is paid by the or not the athletic fund, but for the student activity fund of football. So the boosters and all them pay for that. So it's no funds out of the kids' or parents' pockets unless they want a meal plan, but we do provide drinks for them when they get there, and snacks on the way, of course. But this money is coming from their fundraisers and boosters, nothing out of the budget in general. So I know when I first took over last year, it was kind of an issue because people heard the word biddy ball thinking it was basketball money and all this stuff, but that's our student activity fund that we personally have as a athletic program. That's everything. But this money is coming from their funds, so.
Are there any questions? Okay, thank you. Number 2, out-of-state overnight conference request, Mr. Wager.
All right, I am coming to the board today to ask for approval to attend the AASA National Conference on Education, which will be taking place March 5th through 9th of 2025, and that's going to be in New Orleans, Louisiana. I currently have a proposal myself and the Dr. Maleko, the superintendent of Dearborn Schools, to be presenters at this conference. One of the themes of the conference is going to be on giving students voice in their education. And Dr. Malenko and I have put together a proposal that we would be there to speak about our student advisory programs and how we are beginning to incorporate students into the leadership of a school district. His program's been running a little bit longer than we have here, but both of us have done it a little differently, and we are hoping to be able to have that opportunity to educate other superintendents, other administrators on some of the good things that we are both doing in this arena. In addition to that, it's a great opportunity to network and see what other districts are doing, not just here in Michigan, but in this case on a national level, and to bring those ideas back, much like we do from a lot of the other conferences that we attend. I do want to specify, because of what my role is, though, this is a general funded expense.
No grant money, huh?
No grant money for me.
Is there a reason why some of these conferences this year, it seems they've all landed in New Orleans? Is there a? is there some
I'm
kind
not
of-
sure on that one, but it is
Travel.
interesting that the school board, National School Board Conference was there, and then the superintendents are there following up. I'm sure there probably is a link, but I don't know what it is.
Hmm. It's just a lot of things in New Orleans. Okay, are there any other questions? Anybody? Okay, number 3, Vision to Learn, Bridget Jarvis.
Hey, everyone. Good evening. I just wanted to speak briefly about this program. So, we got this information from EMU, and I met with the people that were in the nonprofit, and they want to partner with Taylor Schools to bring eyeglasses to our students. So basically, in a nutshell, what happens is they come to each school. They will do an assessment on any student that fails the health center, the Wayne County Health Department's vision test. They give them another screening with a pediatric ophthalmologist. And they do it right on site. It is free to all of our students. If they qualify for glasses at that point, then they have a large selection of frames that they get to pick out right then. And then their turnaround time is about 2 weeks, where they're going to bring the glasses back. With the younger students, they have a glasses celebration where they teach them how to take care of them, how to clean them, just kind of general care rules, and make them feel really great about wearing glasses since it's different. And then for the older students, they have different selection of frames that are a little more age appropriate. Right now, they're only in 124 school districts, so we would be 120, we would be the 125th in 13 states. And everything they do is free to our kids and our students. And that's what I have. Any questions that you want?
So if they qualify for the glasses, there's no out of pocket for the family to receive them either?
Nothing. Yep, they don't have to have insurance. They do get a waiver signed from the parents that they can be seen. But it's right at school. It's kind of run like picture day is kind of how they explained it to me. And it just seems like a win-win for us with the kids.
It seems like similar to like the mobile dentist. too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't heard of this before. They're partnering with EMU. So I think we're one of the first ones that they contacted. So really happy about that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 4, Air System Makeup a Air Unit Bid, Jack.
Hello, everybody, and good evening. We put out a bid to replace the rooftop applied air system and makeup air on the career center above the welding and the old machine shop. The unit up there is original to the building, and we've had a lot of issues with it. We received one bid from Expert Heating and Cooling, and the amount came in at $101,350.
On a scale from 1 to 10, Jack. How important is this?
10 being important, 15. We had to rent, last year, we ended up renting portable heaters for that build, for the welding, because it went down and we just can't keep it running.
Okay.
Pardon me?
Too old to get parts.
Yeah, it's about 45 years old. So, I mean, we put parts on it and we just can't get them anymore. The heat exchanger is about ready to go. So,
Okay,
all right.
I look like it is, right?
Yeah,
Might as well stay up there. Are there any other questions concerning the
That's,
bid here?
that's hit on to the general fund, or is that covered?
that will be come out of, general fund.
There were no other bids that came in, just
Nope,
that one?
only one.
Anybody else? Okay. Okay, carrier app controller and combination space count CO2 sensor bid.
Yeah, so we put out another bid for the controllers and space temp sensors over at Hoover for the classrooms that have the mini splits, again, they're original to the building. We've had a lot of people in there. We've got the old controllers. We had Honeywell come in and Johnson Control probably 15, 20 years ago, and their system is out of date. It's, we can't, our computers won't talk to it anymore. So we had a company come in and just do a test on something. Maybe there's something out there we can do it without replacing the whole unit. So they added in some new app controllers and space temps and CO sensors in room 109, and we have heat and we have air. So we put the bid out, not knowing the next phase of construction. I asked them to bid per classroom. So it was $3,599 per classroom. There are 12 classrooms that could use it. So if we did them all, like I said, not knowing with the next phase of construction, because we don't want to put $3,600 into a classroom and have them rip the unit out. So I did talk to Rich from the collaborative, and he said, no, if we can get them running, that's something they won't have to replace for the next phase. So at $3,599, there's a total of 12 classrooms. It would, the not to exceed would be $43,188.
And all 12 classrooms have to have them or
They
need
do.
them?
Yeah, it's the controllers we have now they're not non-prioritary. So we have to use their controllers. These are. So if a controller goes out, we can go get one out of the contractors we use right off the shelf. So they're not as expensive if one goes down. But what we have now, you have to use theirs because that's the way it's all wired up. I mean, it's a complicated system. And it took him probably to do one room. It took him a couple of days to figure it out, but now we can control it. I know, Matt, room 109 is now probably the room everybody wants. What's that? Yeah, it's their favorite place now. Any other questions?
Are there any other questions for Jack concerning that one? Okay, number 6. The ever popular tires and tire support bid.
Yeah, so on the transportation side, we put a bid out for tires and tire support. We did receive one bid again from the Goodyear Tire Company. That's who we're using now. The amount came in at $61,187.50. The research I did back for last year, the amount was $61,187. So it actually went up 50 cents this year. So, but they're the only bid in our experience with them. I mean, they were really easy to work with, always on top of things. If I needed something, they were out there that day. So.
And this is just something that we renew every year?
Yeah, we do it every year, just, they put out a quote. I give them like amounts that I believe we will use. We've done it every year, the same amount. We don't always use that amount, but I guess worst case scenario, That's what the quote was. So it probably won't be the 61,000. But
This is
worst case,
just like a rough estimate, like if they did
yeah,
everything.
yes.
We've
What
never,
happens to the money if it doesn't get used?
We don't spend it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes back at the end of the year.
we ever had a year that we went over this like.
This is my
major?
first year of transportation, so I don't know. I didn't see anything. I looked back in Steve's records and I didn't see anything that we went over. But I won't say it won't happen.
You don't say it.
No.
Are there any other questions about the tires and tire support bid? That went up 50 cents? I think we're done with you, Jack.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks.
Number 7, milk and dairy bid, Jen Trombetta.
Hello. On an annual basis, Wayne Risa sends out the milk and bread bid. And so we get to pick between 3 vendors, Prairie Farms, Sun Valley, and Cedar Crest. Milk is a required component of the food service program in all the elementaries. Milk has to be served with every single meal. At the middle schools and the high school, it's an optional component. Last school year, we served 420,000 breakfasts and 550,000 lunches. We spent about 209,000 on milk. This year, we're estimating to spend about 217,000. We have 2 POs out there, one for 100,000 and another one for 117,000. All the milk is food service funded. We are choosing Prairie Farms. We've been with them for about 5 years. They have great customer service. They're reliable. And we've had issue with anything with them, so. Questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 8, iReady curriculum.
Matt, can you bring up that slideshow again, please?
Ms. Vespremi again.
Just because I have a lot of numbers and I don't remember them off the top of my head. So while he's bringing that up, the board approved for our contractual obligation for our curriculum process, the iReady, or I should say the Ready Math Classroom for the elementary schools earlier this year. After reviewing the board minutes, you didn't really actually approve the purchase. So that's what I'm here for today. So the materials have already been approved. We went through the bidding process to make sure that we are bid compliant for the Ready Math Room or the Ready Classroom curriculum. You have to go past all these. Keep going, keep going. And there we go. So we have materials and software in the cost of $118,000, $118,397, along with professional development from the provider for $61,600. Both of these are grant eligible because we meet grant eligibility for 31A as 40% or more of our students are at risk. We can do tier 1 resources with that money. So we will fund the materials and software with that money, and the professional development will be funded out of our Title II professional development grant.
Are there any questions? We did vote on the curriculum, but we didn't give them any money to run it. So. Any questions? Okay, and.
I'm up
then you
next
are
here.
Here for the policy updates also. So number 9.
Yep. I am making a request for the board to review the policy regarding travel payment and reimbursement. Our current meal reimbursement rate is $35. That's well below the standard federal reimbursement rate. So every year, the federal government puts out reimbursement rates by state. So we're looking at the average rate of meal reimbursement for the state of Michigan, which is currently $60. So I'm asking that we meet the guidelines of the federal government and just say that every year we will adopt the average federal government rate for our meal reimbursement policy. Along with that, the current board policy says that we approve mileage at the board approved rate. Again, we typically just give the IRS rate, what's given by the federal guidelines. So rather than review that every year, we would just stick with the federal guidelines, and that would be updated automatically every year to match that.
All right, and it's in 3 places in the policy.
I believe so, yes.
Are there any questions about this compensation? Right now, the meal rate is
$35.
35.
And I will say, 9 times out of 10, if not 9.9, most of our conferences are grant funded, so there would be little to no impact on the general fund.
Are there any other questions?
Matt, I still need that.
Okay, thank you, Stacy. Oh, you're up.
I'm up again.
Okay.
I've been
Technology.
busy. It's been
Yeah.
a really busy summer.
Yeah.
So I have technology reviews. So our technology purchases are on annual contract review. I will say, with Mr. Gribble, the IT department, Mr. Ross and Sarah Staton in our SIC department, we did a thorough review of our technology in the district this year, looking at app usage and finding resources that were vastly underutilized that we kept paying for. So, getting some teacher input. We've cut a lot of those software resources to kind of save on that financially and allocate those resources elsewhere. But we still have some that are valuable to our learning curriculum. Go ahead and advance. So one of those is Nearpod vocabulary. And again, these are all grant funded. It's a $63,464 annual review. And it's a software that creates interactive lessons. So in between videos or when a teacher might be doing a presentation, they can do formative assessments and quick checks along the way. Go ahead. The next one is Discovery Ed Mystery Science in the amount of $29,950. This supports our science curriculum in the elementary schools. It has engaging hands-on activities. These are mostly video lessons that accompany the kits that we buy for each elementary school. And then finally, Edmentum in the amount of $32,143.50. This is our district adopted credit recovery software for TVLA and summer school. I know we had another one that was Cengage Learning, which is action item number 12 that I would ask to be removed for tonight because the quote needs to be changed. So you will not need to vote on that one tonight. It's already removed? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 12 is something different. Okay, are we saving any money?
We're saving money, again, because it's grant money. It's not any general fund impact. We just allocate those resources elsewhere, whether it be personnel, other technologies. That iReady curriculum is another way we can reallocate those funds. I don't know, do you know off the top of your head how much money we're saved? We were spending well over $500,000 in technology software licenses every year, and I would say we're probably down to $250,000 to $300,000.
Which we can put elsewhere into other.
And yes, to other programs, to people, and things like that,
Okay.
within reason and guidelines from the state and feds.
Can't go to one person. Okay, does anybody have any questions? These are renewals of technologies and they also, can you just give an example of, you did give one example of something that you cut, but do you have another example?
I can't think of one. I can give you that information if you want. We can email that out. Do you think of anything? Yeah, I think there was an SEL that we cut because it was a software curriculum and now we have those types of people in the building to kind of service kids. So I think that was one of the things that we did cut, but there's probably at least 6 or 7 things that we looked at that we took out.
Okay. Yeah, that would be nice if you could send it to all of us.
Yes, with the savings too. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Simons, you weren't done. Number 11, Family Rehab Care Athletic Trainer Agreement.
Okay, so for the past 3 months, we've been trying to find, or 2 months, we've been trying to find an athletic trainer or facility to take on our school district. This is a hard position to fill. A lot of hospitals right now, example for Henry Ford. I reached out to, I mean, I made more phone calls than I ever had before trying to find us an athletic trainer. Knowing that the situation was coming, that we weren't gonna have one, I was trying to be proactive and jump out there and try to find someone. I've done everything from work from with Beaumont, with our nurse Rogers, with the connection she has, was a dead end. I called Henry Ford, which was referred to me by by Etzel Ford's AD. She told me, Chris, I apologize. I would love to take you on, but as of right now, I have to fill 6 schools, 2 colleges and 4 high schools that we can't even send an athletic trainer to right now. However, I was able to work out something that will get us through basically for now, and hopefully we can build on this. So Family Rehab Care is right there next to Big Boys on Telegraph. It used to be Massage Envy. He's got his own practice. He does Lincoln Park. He has a full-time trainer at Lincoln Park, which was our old trainer, which was phenomenal. Claire was never missed a day. I tried everything I could to get her back. But what Jason guaranteed me over there was if he was able to find another full-time trainer, he would give us Claire back. So the cost that we were paying was $35 with Plymouth an hour, which was really low. And we got lucky for many years to have that. The new deal that is presented to us is $45 an hour. But here's the pros and cons of that. The pros is that we'll have a guaranteed trainer at every home game. So that's every soccer game, volleyball game, football game. So basically your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights, we'll have a trainer. We will not have someone in the building, obviously on like your Mondays and your Tuesdays for football to tape ankles, to, to go through some rehab things. A good thing that what Claire was able to do, she put these kids on different strength building exercises to get them back in shape, to get them well, so they have to go to a clinic. A lot of our kids, can't afford to go to a clinic and do workouts and do these different types of rehabs. So what he does is that he has a facility that's open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And the thing that he said we can do, if we have a student that needs care, has a rolled ankle, maybe has a little knee pain or some kind of hip pointer, they can go to him for free between 7 and 7. So if he wants to go and so one of our students wants to go get taped up, if they get away up there, they'll do it for free. Won't count us, I know, hourly, which is a nice thing that he's going to do for us. Now, if we have 7 or 8, 9 kids showing up at the door at 2:15 trying to get taped, then it's going to be a different story. But as of right now, I can tape ankles, Pitts can tape ankles. I mean, we can get by for now. But what I want to explain to you of the importance of this is that we are still going to be in a liable situation. Moving forward with athletics, I really strongly suggest that maybe we sit down and come up with a plan to hire someone full-time. I know with the benefit situation, and I know our situation, but I think there's a way I can show and be able to come up with a budget to justify costs in the future. But it is something that I really feel that we should talk about moving forward. But like I said, as of now, we got someone. If he's able to get these new people rolling, we'll have someone full-time. And that's $45 an hour. If we get it full-time, it's probably gonna be $50 an hour, which is still well in the range of everyone else in the different districts are paying 60, 65 an hour. But at least we are covered for games. And when our visiting teams come, we do hold up our end as athletics to be able to provide that service. But once again, I strongly suggest we revisit this in a couple of months and maybe trying to come up with a better game plan, because this is we're not going to find too many athletic trainers. It's just it's a dying industry. For that person to have a master's and start out under 40,000, not too many people are going to be wanting to go and do this as a profession anymore. And that's coming from colleges that are dropping it and so forth. So I've done my research and I've been all over the place with this. I know I've communicated with some of you, asked for advice. I've called other colleagues, other people. I've asked Mr. Gribble what his advice was, and that's where we are. So positive, we have somebody, we have someone to work with. Negative, it's not where we want to be. So that's where we are, but if we can get this blessed, then we can at least move forward. So.
And I do want to clarify as well. I know you said with Plymouth, it was a great deal at $35 an hour, but part of the problem was they weren't able to staff us for the last little bit.
Right.
And we were having an unsafe situation that, it was even worse that we couldn't even have somebody on site at that point. So that was part of the reason to at least find this in the meantime.
Right, and and the thing is too, is he told me he lost 2 other schools and they're in Garden City. They don't have Garden City right now because he has nobody that applied. It's just him to run in the program. So, and he said, Chris, I don't know what to tell you. So, but, this is where we are.
In a perfect world, Chris, how many athletic trainers would you need?
We need 1 full-time athletic trainer. We need that 2 to 9 person. Just to give you an example, what Claire did for us, as a trainer, she was very spot on. If something were going on in the gym, or if there was something, if I was at a different location, or, she would tell me, hey, this is what's going on. Kids are leaving the door open, so forth. She played kind of a little bit of a supervisor role to help me out, because she's at one end, I'm at the other, and I might be at the middle school, doing a game, and she's, she lets me know if a kid's hurt or if a concussion's going on. She tells, hey, I don't care what this kid says, he's got to sit, which was very good because it didn't put us in a liability. She's not a pushover, and she did more for us than that. If a kid needed, and I'm going to come out and say it, but if a kid obviously needed something washed, she would help wash it because we do have that wash and dryer in the first aid room there. Some of our kids obviously can't, get those needs, especially when it comes to athletic gear. It's dirty that day and sweaty. So I started doing the little things. So she would help out with that also. So there's a lot of hats that she helped out with that helped our athletic program out. So moving forward, I kind of have a game plan set up if we can maybe do something in the future with that, justifying costs within the athletic budget. So,
Okay, even in a perfect world, 1 would be enough.
yeah, 1 full-time would be enough. Because it just depends on the direction this district goes on how many home fields we have. As of right now, if you look in the spring, I can't be at West. I can't be over at, the Little League Park. And then you also have Heritage Park, and I got softball over there. There's days, and I got soccer at home. There's days there's 5 home games in 5 different places.
I will say, just to touch base on that, when we had home games for baseball and softball, Claire ran her butt off. Someone was hurt on softball, and then immediately after, someone was hurt on baseball, and she was there in seconds. So she did work real hard, and the kids respected her.
Right.
And she said you couldn't do it and put them on a program to get better. They listened, and they actually did it.
And
we're
she was there
probably in a better
doing it with
spot
them.
with our athletes because of it.
Yeah.
So.
And, I know there's a lot of other great trainers out there, but I think if with the guidance and kind of educating what we need, it's just, we're relying on another company to send us who they think is best. And that's a little, it's uneasy with me just because they're all our kids. And if you got a person out there just going through the motions and, they're not benefiting our students. So.
So, real quick, I know, when Claire was under the other contract, in order to hire her, if we were to create that position, she couldn't work for us for a year in
Nope.
order to.
The non-complete got dropped. Tom said they would drop the non-complete clause in. Right now, it's, I think, come next month, there's no non-compete anymore. So, but Tom said he would send a letter, said he would drop the non-compete if we wanted to try to hire her. But obviously
Interested in that position? To
oh
come
yeah,
back?
it's benefits and everything. I know. Obviously, she signed on with Jay in Lincoln Park. I tried. Nothing I can do. I don't have she says she loves working with me. She goes, Chris, you're one of the nicest guys I've been around. She goes, you do everything for me, but I understand her. She needs benefits. She needs to make a living. I get that. So.
And she's full-time at Lincoln Park? Or
No, she's
first-
full-time with, Family Health.
Okay.
And then she's just designated to go to Lincoln Park, which if he can find someone else to take over, then we will basically get her back because she wants to come back here. So she kind of helped me get in with him to even get somebody for our home game. So she was kind of the buffer a little bit to even,
Are
so I
we
owe
one
her.
of the only districts that don't have that? as a-
No, for, let's say Etzel Ford goes through Henry Ford, because obviously it's Henry Ford. Two other districts, Woodhaven hires within, so they have basically, she's on staff like a teacher. Let me see, Wyandott's the same, and then and a couple other ones have the subcontract out. But yeah, but there are 2 or 3 districts that do hire within. So, and they do a different role, kind of like I know I mentioned, they play a little bit more of a supervisory role, security role, basically another set of eyes as meant on the field, off the field, so. But I just thank you for listening, but if it comes down to it, obviously we need to come up with a better game plan for how we're gonna handle all these different events. I mean, as of right now, my gym, the balcony, now I got the cafeteria and I got the main floor covered between 2:45 to 9 o'clock, Monday through Friday and Saturdays with biddy ball and the other things that we got going on. That's 26 weeks I have things every Saturday. So, moving forward, we really have to kind of put in place where we want to take athletics.
Yeah, and I do want to clarify too, like this is what gets us through the meantime, because that further plan would require us bargaining with the appropriate bargaining unit within the school district and getting a memorandum of understanding with them. So that's where we would need some time to start getting that process going. But in the meantime, this at least gets us a much safer coverage in our athletics.
So, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Simons. Okay, number 12. The new position, Director Multi-Tiered Systems of Support and Resilience, Mr. Gribble.
Good evening and thank you. The new position that we are proposing is not a new position. It's replacing the position currently in place. We just changed the title. But this is, and I will read through the posting, the Director Multi-Tier System of Support and Resilience will oversee the development and execution of district MTSS plans supporting in district academic, behavior, and attendance goals. As part of the MTSS framework, the director will oversee the work of the resilience coaches, along with coordinating district-wide trauma-informed and effective instructional practices will support the growth of all students, supporting Tier 1 behavior efforts and appropriate interventions. A successful candidate will work with learning community, ensure that the district is providing instructional support to meet the multiple needs of all students. This position also helps us with our 31A compliance that we are going through right now, having a person that's going to make sure that MTSS is being followed through with at all of our buildings, from elementary all the way up to the high school, TVLA and CTE. So that's what this position is for. Mr. Weiger, I don't know if there's anything else you want to share with us. It would fall under Ms. Graham, the Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Instruction.
Yeah, I would say like this is, as we have talked about in the past, like with our findings with 31A, we have found there are certain ways that we could be doing things better, and we could be doing things that are where the state is going to be more receptive to our approach to it. This is one of those items that the state has really said that would help out and benefit and make sure that we are on track with how we are appropriately spending and how we are appropriately working through our 31A funding.
This will be coming out of general fund.
No, we didn't.
Yes.
And who does this now?
This would be Mr. Josowski.
Yeah.
Who is doing MTSS and EL. He's going back into the classroom, so we're replacing that position of what he was doing with MTSS. Mrs. Vespremi and I are going to be helping them doing the ELL stuff, and this also takes the resilience piece off of Mrs. Graham, so she can focus on things that we are doing in our offices as assistant superintendents. So it's in essence replacing Jay.
But adding responsibilities, right? To like what he's doing, because he's now whoever takes this position is also doing the resilience director.
Yes, working with Mrs. Graham, which again, resilience and MTSS tied together already. So it's an easy crossover between those two positions.
Are there any other questions? Okay, hearing none, we'll go on to the next one, number 13, certificate of completion, Mr. Riddle.
So for the students that are our special ed students at the high school, which, as I was talking to Mrs. Smith today, is impacting about 60 of our special ed and full high students. It was my, not knowing this should have been brought to the board several years ago, knowing that we've been following through with the certificate of completion. You'll see that this is requirements for what we need to do for special ed, for our full high students and our other special ed students that are in our buildings, because they just will not follow the normal path of what they need to do for graduation. So the state allows us to do a certificate of completion because they met the necessary requirements. Here are the requirements that we're asking for those students to be able to meet that necessary certificate of completion. Even though, again, we'll start this and then we could easily start this as early as some of the middle school students and elementary students based on their path that they're going, based on their disabilities. So this is just something that we need to approve to put into our course catalog at the high school level to say, yes, if these students, based off their IEPs, need a certificate of completion, and these are the guidelines that will need to be met.
Okay, and this particular program is only for special ed
Yes, ma'am.
because there are the Michigan Merit Curriculum we approved of several years ago. And also completion of an MMC with a personal curriculum. We have that as well. That is not special ed,
This
correct?
this is
This
strictly.
is
for
strictly special ed.
Yes. And thanks to Mrs. Smith, she gave me some extra stuff to add in there to get some feedback and get some background on why this needs to go into place and get voted on. But again, it's what we need to be able to do to put it in the course catalog and to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the students for that certificate of completion.
Are there any questions? Okay, hearing none, we'll go on to the next item. Number 14, Ms. Hill, auditor engagement letter.
Okay,
the district's current auditor is Taylor Morgan, Mike from Taylor Morgan. And this request is just to ask the board if we can move forward with our annual audit, which is required by the state. Mike has been auditing the district for 10+ years, and we appreciate the service that Taylor and Morgan provides the district.
And what is the cost of renewing this contract?
Okay, let's see. Yeah, 35,000. 35,000 is the base cost.
Is that the range that we stay in most years?
Pardon?
Is that the range that we're staying in most years?
Yes, that's the normal range.
Are we ever wildly over that?
I am not sure, but I can double check. And then
What would be an added cost?
if the board wanted them to do something special, then that would be an added cost.
Do you think that we need something special?
I
done this
don't,
year?
I
No?
don't.
Okay. Do we have any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank
Go on
you.
to the next one. The Gallagher Bassett Workers' Comp and Administrative Services Support Renewal. Ms. Hill.
Yes. Gallagher Bassett, they support our workers' comp claims and reporting requirements, and we have quite a bit of them and quite a few of them. And we need the support of Gallagher Bassett because our workers' comp claims are very complex at this point. And we have quite a bit of them. I sent the board a schedule of our current workers' comp claims, and it's a little bit over $3 million. And we'd like to get them closed, and we need some additional support and focus that the Gallagher Bassett Company is able to provide the district. And it's $38,556 per year.
That's in addition to,
No, it's there, and it's in addition to any special services that they need to perform. But this is the base amount. It's $38,556. And they have a list of various costs for various services that we may need while we're going through this claims, and trying to close them.
okay,
And depending on the claim, they may need different things like a nurse manager or to be assigned to an attorney and things of that nature. Anything that they need to do to close a claim, there may be an additional cost to it. And it's listed in this pamphlet here, the additional costs.
okay. Are there any questions? All right. Our last item, discussion item, number 16. Advanced authorization to hire, Mr. Wager.
All right, I am asking the board tonight for approval to allow me the authority to advance hire our staff members that we are trying to get on board right now. A lot of people have been referring to the fact that like the teachers market has really become a free agency market, that people can go out and they can pretty much seek whatever they want at this point. And one of the things that we are kind of held back from doing by not having the advanced authorization is we are not able to lock people in as quickly as some other districts are currently. And we don't want to have this where we are losing good candidates that we've interviewed. We spent the time. We want to be able to get them in, get them that offer of employment and lock them in a timely manner. We're basically asking for the advance authorization to exist up through to the second board meeting in October. So it's not like this is something that we permanently want to have at this point. It's just something that is going to help us get through this busy time at the beginning of the year, lock in people to positions that we are offering to them. And like I say, at least get us through to when we get to that count period and we really have a good grip on what our staffing needs to be at that point.
Okay, are there any questions? Would you like to make a statement?
Yeah, I hope you guys vote yes for it. It'd make my life much better. And it would also relieve a lot of stress off of the principals when they find good candidates. And unfortunately, I think we had one or two that were in the waiting pile. And then when we called them back, they were already found another job. So any support that you can give to me will give support to all the principals out there and the principals who are not out there. I would appreciate it.
Are there any other questions? Now that you've heard from our HR director? Okay, hearing none. We'll go to the action items. Number 1, out-of-state field trip request, Cedar Point, policy 2340 and 8640. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the following out-of-state field trip request. THS football, Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio, August 9th, 2024. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Heath. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Thomas. Mr. Wright is not here. Ms. Block is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Shufelt.
Yes.
Okay, that passes 5-0. Number 2, out-of-state overnight conference request, AASA National Conference on Education Policy 6550. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the out-of-state overnight conference request for Michael Wager to attend the AASA National Convention Conference, on Education, New Orleans, Louisiana, March 5th through the 9th, 2025. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Thomas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Ms. Block is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Shufelt.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. Passes 5-0. Number 3, Vision to Learn Agreement, Policy 6320. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the agreement between Taylor School District and Vision to Learn in order to provide vision services to district students. There is no direct or indirect cost to the district, families, or students for the service. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Shufelt. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Heath. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Shufelt.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Block is a yes. Passes 5-0. Number 4, Applied Air Service Makeup Air Unit Bid Policy 6320. It is recommended the Board of Education adopt a resolution accepting and authorizing the award of contract for Applied Air System Makeup Air Unit for the Taylor School District Career Center South in the amount of $101,350 to Expert Heating and Cooling. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Thomas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Heath. Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Shufelt.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Block is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 5, Carrier App Controller and Combination Space Temp CO2 Sensor Bid, Policy 6320. It is recommended the Board of Education adopt the resolution accepting and authorizing the award of contract for new Carrier App Controller and Combination Space Temp CO2 sensors for the Taylor School District Hoover Middle School in the amount of $3,599 per room to the Expert Heating and Cooling. Should it say there's 12 rooms, not to exceed 12 rooms?
Say it's, yeah, not to exceed, I think is what we should have in there.
Okay. With the amendment, is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Heath. Is there a second?
Second.
That was Mrs. Thomas.
Shufelt.
Shufelt. Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Shufelt.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is not here. Ms. Black is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 6, Tire and Tire Support Bid, Policy 6320. It is recommended the Board of Education adopt the resolution accepting and authorizing the award of contract for tires and tire support for the 2024-2025 school year for the Taylor School District Bus Garage in the amount of $61,187.50 to Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Thomas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Heath. Mrs. Shufelt.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Black is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Number 7, milk and dairy bid, policy 6320. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the bid and award the contract for milk and dairy for the 2024-2025 school year for the Taylor School District Food Services Department in the amount of $217,000 to Prairie Farms. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Heath. Is there a second?
Second.
Who won?
Miss
It doesn't matter.
Huh?
I did.
Okay, Mrs. Thomas. Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Black is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Shufelt.
Yes.
That passes 5-0. Number 8, iReady curriculum. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the iReady curriculum through 31A at-risk grant funds for software, supplies, and materials, along with professional development services for implementation out of Title II. The total cost for software, supplies, and materials is not to exceed $118,397.06. And total cost for professional development not to exceed $61,600. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Heath. Is there second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Thomas. Ms. Block is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Shufelt.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. That motion passes 5-0. Number 9, technology renewal, Nearpod vocabulary. Policy 6320. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the Nearpod vocabulary software renewal not to exceed $63,464. Software will be paid out of grant funding and have no impact on the general fund. There a motion? Motion by Mr. Thomas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Heath. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Shufelt.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Black is a yes. That carries 5-0. Number 10, technology renewal, Discovery Ed, Mystery Science, Policy 6320. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the Discovery Ed Mystery Science software renewal not to exceed $29,950. Software will be paid out of grant funding and have no impact on the general fund. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Shufelt. Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Heath. Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Shufelt.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Black is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Okay, that motion passes 5-0. Technology renewal ad minimum, policy 6320. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the ad minimum software renewal not to exceed $32,143.50. Software will be paid for out of grant funding and have no impact on the general fund. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Heath. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Thomas. Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Shufelt.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Block is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
It passes 5-0. 12, Family Rehab Care Agreement Policy 6320. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the agreement between the Taylor School District and Family Rehab Care in order to provide athletic training, wellness, and rehabilitation services to the district. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Was that Mrs. Shufel?
Yeah.
Okay. Mrs. Shufel, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Heath. Mrs. Shufel.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. Mrs. Black is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Okay, that passes 5-0. Motion is carried. Number 13. New position, Director of Multi-Tiered Systems of Support and Resilience. Policy 3111. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the new position, Director of Multi-Tiered Systems of Support and Resilience. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Heath. Is there a second? Is there a second? Is there a second? Okay, without a second, motion dies. The next one is now well, no, it's 14. Taylor High School Certificate of Completion. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the Taylor High School Certificate of Completion requirement as discussed. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Thomas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Heath. Ms. Black is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Shufel.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. That passes 5-0. 15, Auditor Engagement Letter. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the Taylor and Morgan Auditor Engagement Letter for the year ending June 30, 2024, not to exceed $35,000. Their motion.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Thomas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Heath. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Shufel.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Black is a yes. It passes 5-0. Number 16, Gallagher Bassett Workers' Comp and Administrative Services Agreement, Policy 6320. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the Workers' Comp and Administrative Services Renewal Agreement between the Taylor School District and Gallagher Bassett. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Thomas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Thomas. Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Shufel.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Black is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Okay, that passes 5-0. Number 17. August through October, Advanced Authorization to Hire, Policy 3120. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the advanced authorization to hire personnel for vacant positions. Individuals hired under the advanced authorization will be placed on the next regular board agenda. Advanced authorization will be used for all current positions August 8th, 2024 to October 31st, 2024. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Thomas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Heath. Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Shufel.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Black is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
That motion passes 5-0. Okay, number 9 on the agenda, administrative, this is district business, superintendent report, Mr. Wager.
All right, good evening, everybody. As you're gonna hear a lot from me over the next coming months, I'm gonna continue to provide some information about the upcoming Wayne Risa Enhancement Millage Renewal, because this is something that is very important to our school district's funding. So this is a renewal of the current millage that is already out there. There's no additional tax obligation that would come from this initiative. It is just a renewal of what the current millage is by the county. It will be on the ballot in November, but the biggest thing that I want to point out for information purposes is that the Taylor School District over the last 3 years has received an average of $2 million annually from this millage. And this is money that goes into us to be able to operate into our general fund and into many of the different services and programs that we provide to our families and to our students. So I did want to provide that information tonight, as I will be in the future as well. The other big thing that I kind of wanted to focus on was something that came up when we were when Mr. Gribble and I were at a meeting at Wayne Risa today to discuss a possible future initiative that would be out there for expanding our career options that we provide to our students. And the word that kept coming up and sticking in my mind was accessibility. I know as superintendent, I have talked a lot about the importance of equity and inclusion, and that we need to be as inclusive as possible, and we need to welcome in all students and all families into our community. The word accessibility, though, struck me in a different way, because sometimes there are these barriers that exist, and they may be ones that have been artificially put up, but they may be other ones that exist. And I think that is something that we have to focus on as a school district, is making as many things and getting rid of those barriers. So at the bare minimum, things are accessible. And to me, you're not going to get to equity and inclusion if you can't get past the very bare minimum, which is having things that are accessible to everyone. I'll say, hearing Stacy Vesprimi present today about the grant that she was able to secure is a great example of us trying to knock down those barriers by providing the equipment that's necessary for adaptive PE, or by providing equipment that is more conducive to different genders for our PE students. So that's just one of those examples of getting rid of that barrier and making those things more accessible. One of the other ones I wanted to focus on that really has struck me as well is that recently the Taylor School District had presented at a conference for Unified Special Olympics. And our team there presented on our Unified Special Olympics Day that we run annually at the Taylor Sportsplex. I was very happy to hear when the team came back, their excitement about other offerings that we could put out there as well. I don't know if people know it, but there is a great program of unified sports that exists out there for special education students. And it includes, among many other things, basketball programs. When I was a high school principal, we had unified basketball, and it was one of the greatest programs that I'd ever seen, ever had the pleasure of being part of, to see those students who normally didn't have that access to be able to be a basketball player have the ability to be out there and be like the other students and have that joy of being a participant in the athletics program. So I was really excited when the team came back. And again, just another example of how we are trying to proceed, how we are pushing forward on making sure that what we provide is accessible to all of our students. And it is going to lead us to having that welcoming and inclusive community that I know we have here in Taylor. I do want to thank, as part of that team, we had several people go and be part of this, but I know there's also several players who are going to be involved in trying to push and get more of these unified sports out there. So I'd really like to thank Janice Robinson O'Neill, Jennifer Wolney, Natalie Wolney, Holly Gilbert, Kelly Trainer, Becky Ansel, Bridget Jarvis, Stacy Masters, and Erica Smith, because I know that they are all going to be taking quite a lead on that project as we go forward. And I know it's going to include a lot of other people when we start getting into the building levels, but I know that that's going to be that kind of starting point. But again, if we are truly going to have the welcoming and inclusive community that we are, then we got to make sure that we are doing our best part to make sure that we are accessible to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Weaver. Okay. Number 10, consent agenda, policy 166.1 and policy 6470. Number 1, minutes from the July 10th, 2024 special board meeting. Number 2, minutes from the July 17th, 2024 regular board meeting. And number 3, consolidated items, payment of current bills, certified, non-certified, and administrative reports. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Thomas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Heath. Mrs. Shufel.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Black is a yes. Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas.
Yes.
It passes 5-0. Number 11, items scheduled for next agenda are Wednesday, August 21st, 2024. We will have good news and the 2023-2024 retirement recognition. And also we will have the seating of a new board member. Public comment. Thank you for all those who are thank you to all who are able to be here with us in person and online tonight. We understand the importance of continuing to keep you all informed and provide an opportunity for you to be heard. Tonight's audience participation will be for all who wish to speak, whether it be in person or online. We will begin with those in person. If you would like to address the board, please step up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. After all those in person have had the opportunity to speak, that opportunity will be given to those online. Please take into consideration common courtesy and keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. We will provide and assist with timekeeping so that each speaker will be able to monitor their own time and know when to conclude, so all who wish to speak will have an equal opportunity to do so. If there are any questions at this meeting or by some other avenue, Superintendent Michael Wager or his designee will work on getting those answers in a timely manner. We will start with those in person. Are there any in person? Okay. Are there any online? Oh, okay. All righty. Okay, number 12. What, one, somebody came on online? Okay.
Hello, it's Kyle Wright. I was just calling in because I'm watching from the car. I just wanted to jump on and congratulate Corey. I'm actually headed to a wedding, so that's why I can't be there tonight. But I'm really excited to work with you and have you part of the team. Just wanted to jump on and say that. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Kyle. Is that it? Okay. All right. Number 13, adjournment to closed session, policy 137.2, pursuant to Michigan's Open Meetings Act, being Public Act 267 of 1976. And as amended, I move the board convene in closed session pursuant to 8C, negotiations, and 8H, material exempt from disclosure by state or federal statutes. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Heath. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Thomas. Ms. Black is a yes. Mr. Heath?
Yes.
That's okay. Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas?
Yes.
Mrs. Shufel?
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. The passes 5-0. We went into closed session at 7:24 PM. I don't have the time.
9:54.
Where is it? Here it goes. Okay. Okay, we're back in open session at 9:54 PM. Action after closed session. Motion to authorize the board's workers' comp attorney to resolve the workers' comp cases as presented and recommended on August 6th, 2024. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by
Mr. Thomas.
Mr. Thomas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Heath. Mr. Heath,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas,
Yes.
Mrs. Shufel.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Black is a yes. That passes 5-0. Okay. All right, negotiations. Number 1, Taylor Association of Central Staff Administrators, TAXA, contract renewal. It is recommended the Board of Education approve, ratify the attached Taylor Association of Central Staff Administrators, TAXA, contract ratification document. This contract will be effective July 1, 2024, and end on June 30th, 2027. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Thomas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Heath. Ms. Block is a yes. Mr. Heath,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas,
Yes.
Mrs. Shufel.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. That passes 5-0. Number 2, Taylor Principals Association TPA contract renewal. It is recommended the Board of Education approve, ratify the attached Taylor Principals Association TPA contract ratification document. The contract will be effective July 1st, 2024, and end on June 30th, 2026. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Thomas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Heath. Mr. Heath,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas,
Yes.
Mrs. Shufel.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Block is a yes. Passes 5-0. Number 3, Taylor Federation of Teachers, TFT, contract renewal. It is recommended the Board of Education approve, ratify the attached Taylor Federation of Teachers, TFT, contract ratification document. This contract will be in effect July 1st, 2024, and end on June 30th, 2026. Is there a motion? There are only 3 members of the board who are able to vote on this.
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Shufelt. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Heath. Mrs. Shufelt.
Yes.
Mr. Wright is not here. Mr. Thomas and Mrs. Thomas cannot vote. Oh, they have statement street. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Thomas.
Pursuant to section 1203 of the revised school code, I have a conflict of interest in the following contract or financial transaction because I have a family member as defined by section 1203 who is a member of the Taylor Federation of Teachers. Therefore, I rescue myself from the vote on this
Recuse.
matter.
Rescue.
Recuse myself.
Recuse.
It's late.
Rescue might work.
Mrs. Thomas?
Pursuant to section 1203 of the revised school code, I have a conflict of interest in the following contract or financial transaction because I have a family member as defined by section 1203, who is a member of the Taylor Federation of Teachers. Therefore, I recuse myself from the vote on this matter.
Okay. We have a yes vote from Mrs. Shufelt. Mr. Wright is absent. Mr. Heath,
Yes.
I vote no. It is passed 2-1.
Carried.
It carries. Yes.
So just, so the board's aware, because of section 1203 by school code that was directed by the board members who have conflicts of interest. If less than the majority of the board is left that's able to vote, which is the case we have here, 3 members that are able to vote. There's other members not much today who also have
Fair Federation Teachers. The law says that a quorum is the remaining individuals, so all three of you are here. The constituted quorum is the majority of that quorum, so a 2-1 vote does pass. For this purpose, I know I mentioned before that it's time to need 4 people to pass a vote, even if it's 3 people to pass it. In this situation, majority is still remaining. But that's.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was the board attorney, John Cava. All right, next item on the agenda, board member comments.
Congratulations to all the employees. Contracts got passed. So, next one is 26M. Looking forward to getting that one done too.
And if I have an opportunity, I would just like to thank the board for the advance authorization. It's gonna do wonders for us. And tomorrow when we call everybody's gonna be happy. And then on Monday, when we make some more calls and we can actually say, we're offering you the position, it'll just make life a lot easier. So thank you so much.
I have a comment. I think in the future, we should put the date to October, then we wouldn't have this issue in the future. And also, I think we should try to give the athletic trainer, a position, full-time position, because that's dangerous if we don't have. I don't know what you guys gotta do, but I think we should do it.
I guess the one thing I'd like to say is that sometimes you have to search your soul when you make decisions. And they're nothing personal. They're things that you have to do for the greater good. And I try to vote always with my heart because I think I do. I think I vote for the greater good. Not always popular, but. Is there anybody else? Oh, if you haven't gone to the Junior Little League World Series, it's still going on. They did have a rain out, so I think it's gonna be extended, right, Ms. Shufeldt?
Yeah, tomorrow there's 4 games. Friday there was scheduled to be none. Now there's 4 games and then we'll have, or I'm sorry, there's 2 games on Friday now and then 2 Saturday and 1 Sunday.
Okay. Anybody else?
No.
All right, I will entertain a motion for adjournment. Motion
Motion.
by Mr. Heath, second
Second.
by Mr. Thomas. Mr. Wright is absent. Ms. Black is a yes. Mr. Heath?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas?
Yes.
Mrs. Shufeldt?
Yes.
That passes 5-0. The Board of Education regularly scheduled board meeting for August 7th, 2024 is adjourned at 10:03 PM.